Amigos, it's me, you girl AK, in a lovely weekend of December. uh, you know, true story. I'm waiting for my daughter to get her hair done. I mean, she's doing it right now, but it's going to take forever. And I'm working, in the meantime, answering emails, sending messages, working on posts, whatever. And I'm like, I'm gonna record. I am gonna record in my car instead of ¿cómo se llama ese well, el show de antes que you sing in the car? Car carpool karaoke? It's carpool podcasting, blog, whatever. Um so yes, this will be part of the playlist of AK's life, AK's vida, whatever. I just I am in my feelings right now. So I'm sitting here like just taking a moment, thinking about what's going on, and I'm just like, wow. Um it's been a like tough couple of days just because we lost a family dog, which was my mom's like doggy, and she's been my mom's dog for a long time, like 16 years, and her name was Becky. And my mom, if you know a little bit about my mom, if you listen to the podcast, my mom is such an animal lover. She rescues, like, through my whole life, she's been rescue animals and like that she finds on the streets in Tijuana. And she like takes them to the bed, cures them, whatever, and then finds them homes. And sometimes she will keep them, sometimes she will like find a home for them. And Peque was one of those. Peque's been in our lives for a long time. My mom loves this dog will love this dog so much because she's been with her through such a like difficult times in my mom's life, and she was just there for her. So it's just been really hard. It's never easy seeing your mom like upset, crying, or whatever. So it's very hard for me. So that's been tough because I know she's sad and heartbroken, even though that Becky lived a wonderful life and she was sick, and it was just time, and it's just hard. It's never easy to lose somebody that you love, and especially an animal. But anyways, so that's happening, and then Ree, my daughter, is turning 16 tomorrow. And I always have a hard time around her birthday, and people are like, you're so dramatic, why you have such a hard time? It's a blessing, another year. And obviously it's a blessing. And I'm very thankful to God for having a healthy child, and for Ree's life overall. But it's just something about her birthday every year, and I recently discovered that it has to do, of course, with trauma. If you know my story, you know that I became a young mom, and obviously was very difficult. And I know I have gotten comments in the past where they're like, well, yes, girl, like, obviously people were going to talk like smack about you being a young mom. And obviously I didn't expect, but people to applaud me like, hey, yes, que estás embarazada, woo! Obviously, no era un chiste, but it was just dealing, being young and scared and afraid, and, being the first time parents over when my husband and I, we were so young. Just like the extra stuff that came with it, like the comments, the stares, the judgment, the bad wishes. Because when you say a statement like, les va a ir mal, Or, a ver cómo les va a salir ese hijo. All those comments are so traumatic. And I think girls, obviously, we take it more to the heart. So I think that's what it is. I think it's the trauma of the experience of being a young mom and having a really hard pregnancy. I think that's what it is. I think every year when Ricky's birthday comes around, it's like a reminder of the hard times, but it's such a also happy time and proud time for me because my daughter is such a wonderful daughter. Like, Ree has always been such a great baby since she was little. And we're so blessed of the wonderful young lady that she has become, and she keeps like just doing better and better. And I think for me, which is sad, but again, I'm realizing it, where every year I'm also like, okay, this is the year she's gonna act out, or this is the year that people are saying that everything's gonna go to hell because she's just gonna. This is the year that I'm gonna suffer because it's what everybody said, that I was gonna, my daughter was gonna be, I don't know, whatever, because we were young parents and we were gonna screw it up and whatever. But Ree keeps like excelling to everything she does, that I'm just like, I'm just so happy, I'm just so happy. And it gets me emotional also to think about like all the negativity that we've been through and we have overcome, and we have done the best that we could as parents, and we can see that with Ree. And it's just, like I said, guys, I'm in my feelings. I'm gonna try to do this without crying because every year is the same, and I don't think it's gonna get easier. Yeah, and I only have one child, so it's also like the bittersweet. What I know that she is gonna have her own life and gonna spread her wings and fly, and that is very exciting. I love watching Ree enjoying high school and doing all these activities that I enjoyed, and her planning her future, and it's super exciting, and that is so good. But I'm a mom, and it makes me sad that she's gonna leave me one day. And but I'm also excited for her. So it's kind of, those conflicts. And I'm telling you that when everybody always tells you like enjoy when they're little because it's gonna go fast, it is a fact. And I am blessed that I am living through this stages first before all my friends, and I can tell you, enjoy your children. And I can tell you that it's going to get really hard. If you think it's hard now, it's going to get even harder because you are responsible now, these like teen years and young adult life. You are responsible for guiding them to be good humans. So it's a lot of pressure. You don't want to mess it up because you don't want people to judge you even more. And I feel like I've been judged so much already, as a parent, that I'm just like, oh my gosh. With that said, I always knew that everything was going to be okay because I remember, before I got pregnant, obviously, I was going through such a hard time mentally, depression. I felt alone. I just wasn't happy with my life because of other things. And I remember I would always like, and I will pray like, for God to send me a sign that everything was going to be okay. And He did. He sent me Ree. And that's when I knew that my life was going to be okay. Because becoming a mom became the best thing. El trauma is real, amigos. And it's such a blessing. It's such a positive thing, but I'm just so emotional. Mi bebé, mi bebé. I can't. So I don't record videos because si no me ven. Nomás me ven. Who else saves napkins from wherever you go eat? Starbucks. Anyways, enough. Ya no les voy a contar nada porque voy a llorar más. Happy tears and, feeling blessed, but it's just every year it's the same thing, and you will think it will get better, but it doesn't because I'm getting closer for Ray to just spread her wings and leave me. But it's okay. That's part of life, and I'm excited for her. It's always um, a learning experience, when you become a parent. Y luego la familia siempre piensa que they know best. But there's another thing I have learned is that there's never a perfect age to have kids. And I'm not saying to go have kids young because if you think when you're older having kids is tough, guys, you don't even know. It's double, triple difficult when you're young. So I wouldn't suggest it. But also, it's not the end of the world. And I talked about this so many times, but I just, again, because I'm in my feelings, I wanted to just record about it for the YouTube people. And it's part of my story. It's part of my journey. I think in my first video I posted here, I talked about how, I was in college. I was, studying communications to be on radio and television and all that. And then I was, an intern and the radio station and all that. And I was already dating my husband at the time. And it was just, now being here, my daughter being so grown, still married, and doing the podcast and, living this new era is such a full circle moment, and I just feel very blessed. I feel happy, but it's just emotion. It's emotion. And I think I have to give myself flowers. I mean, who survived this? Me. And and again, I don't think I never give up in life because of Ray. So, and I always wanted to be better because of Ray. So, it's such a blessing. It's a blessing, blessing, blessing. And I turned a negative, getting pregnant young, into a wonderful, positive thing for my life. And I think that that's what it is. It is how you handle life situations. I don't say hard times because life is hard in general. I just think that it is like how you handle lessons. Life lessons is how you're going to be defined as a person. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm just trying to be now, ¿cómo se llama? Hablando así como filósofa. But, ay no, qué horror, ya lloré tanto aquí, qué vergüenza, qué vergüenza. But I think it's important. It's important for put content out there of life, real people. I think YouTube has become. I used to love YouTube, guys, so much. The family channels, all that. But then you learn that everything is fake or toxic or planned, and I'm just like, that's kind of whack. I don't know. It's weird. So I like to just talk when I want to and feel like it, and share what I want and feel like it, because I think it's important. I think people putting sometimes real life stories, even difficult situations, but then sharing the positive of it. It's good. We need more positive things out there than negatives. So I'm just here to tell you that life could be good, but it is up to you. And todavía estamos pobres, pero we're good. You know what I mean? We're good. And this girl from TJ has overcome so much stuff. And I never gave myself credit for none of it. I always thought, when I was more young and mature, I feel like I played the victim a lot, but not out loud, like in my head. I never played the victim in people's eyes. I always been very strong, I feel. But in my head, I'm like, oh, pobrecita mí, todo me pasa. And then when I grew up, I'm like, no, pues está difícil. Qué vida tan difícil. All I could do as a mom is to try to better her life and encourage her to do better, um, for her future and for her future family. So, you know, yo digo que pobre o rica, famosa o no famosa, you need to be happy with your life, and it's gonna be in your hands of how the outcome of your life, you know. So, si yo soy pobre pero feliz, y si voy a ser rica pero feliz, y, y siendo igual una buena persona. So. Pero bueno, amigos, esta sería la parte dramática de vida de Ike, de la de, del podcast. I will encourage you, if you haven't, start from the beginning, listening to all the episodes, because I talk about my life story, my life experiences. Then through the journey of the podcast, we get into more like entertainment and fun and interviews. So, pues, Amigos Club, los quiero un mil. Ahí los dejo. And help me wish my baby a happy birthday. And until next time.